News Weather Forecast Bulletin. Good day to all our viewers tuning in to the news weather forecast. Today, we meet again at a critical point of the hurricane season in both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. While many parts of mainland North America are also experiencing highly complex weather patterns. In this bulletin, we will bring you a panoramic view, from the unexpected weakening of Invest 91L, the safe track of Hurricane Kiko in the Pacific, to the looming risks of new storm formation in the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, and along the U.S. East Coast in the coming days. In addition, we will update you on extreme weather across the United States, the unusual swings between cold snaps and heat waves, as well as severe thunderstorms and spreading wildfires in Canada, particularly across British Columbia and Alberta. Invest 91L, rapid weakening, a meteorological trap. Over the past week, one of the most closely watched systems in the Caribbean was the tropical disturbance known as Invest 91L. Initially, forecasts indicated that this system had a high chance of strengthening into a tropical depression and potentially becoming Hurricane Gabrielle, the next named storm of the 2025 season. Several models even suggested a strong development path, sparking public concern over possible impacts to the Caribbean islands and perhaps even the U.S. East Coast. Yet, within just a few days, the situation flipped entirely. Instead of organizing and strengthening, Invest 91L quickly fell apart. The main reasons: the presence of mid to upper level dry air, subsiding air currents that suppressed convection, and, most notably, strong wind shear that tore apart the system's structure. The U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, continuously downgraded its development odds, and ultimately removed 91L from its watch list. This was welcome news for Caribbean nations that have repeatedly faced destructive hurricanes. The collapse of Invest 91L reminds us that tropical forecasts are never guaranteed. Real-world atmospheric factors often disrupt even the strongest model projections. Hurricane Kiko in the Pacific, Hawaii safe. While Invest 91L fizzled, attention shifted to the Pacific, where Hurricane Kiko had been closely monitored. Recent forecasts showed Kiko drifting northward, influenced by upper-level troughs and strong wind shear. This forced the storm to veer northeastward instead of approaching Hawaii. For Hawaii, this is excellent news. According to the latest projections, Kiko's biggest impact will be limited to scattered rainfall and waves between 6 to 9 feet, 1.8 to 2.7 meters, during September 9 to 10. No direct landfall or damaging winds are expected across the islands. Hawaii remains safe, underscoring again the crucial role of wind shear in steering or weakening tropical cyclones. Atlantic, peak hurricane season approaches. According to decades of climate data, September 10th is considered the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. This is when sea surface temperatures are warmest, atmospheric moisture is abundant, and large-scale wind patterns favor storm formation. Yet, early September 2025 has been relatively quiet, aside from the short-lived Invest 91L. Meteorologists warn, however, that this calm is only the quiet before the storm. From September 12 to 15, as the Madden-Julian Oscillation, MJO, shifts into a favorable phase and upward motion increases, the Atlantic Basin is expected to become primed for storm development. Areas of particular concern include the Western Caribbean, the Bahamas, the Gulf of Mexico, and the U.S. East Coast. Later, between September 17 to 23, tropical waves emerging from Africa's main development region, MDR, will move westward. Under conducive conditions, these waves could evolve into strong tropical storms or hurricanes. Model scenarios include a small low-pressure system forming near the North and South Carolina coastlines, a larger threat in the Gulf of Mexico, where heat energy remains untapped so far this season, a succession of tropical waves from Africa, potentially producing multiple storms from late September into early October. This means that from mid-September onward, residents of the Caribbean, Gulf, and East Coast must remain on alert. While the current lull may feel reassuring, the peak season ahead holds serious risks, including the chance of a major hurricane. United States weather, cool start. hot finish. Meanwhile, across the U.S. mainland, temperatures are swinging dramatically. September 7th, the Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast are enjoying cool conditions, with highs around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 16 degrees Celsius. Along the Gulf Coast, temperatures sit closer to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Celsius. By contrast, the Southwest is enduring extreme heat, topping 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, with heat indices of 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit due to high humidity. September 8th, the cold air mass expands into the Ohio Valley and Northeast, dragging temperatures down to 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 to 10 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, the central and western states begin warming again, signaling a new round of heat. The U.S. Climate Prediction Center, CPC, indicates that after this brief cool spell, an unusual heat wave is likely to return, lasting 1 to 2 weeks, especially across the central and western U.S. This back and forth between early cold snaps and unseasonable warmth highlights the volatility of transitional weather. Canada, thunderstorms, wildfires, and widespread smoke. Canada, too, is grappling with extreme weather. Over the next 48 to 72 hours, thunderstorms, some severe, are expected across both British Columbia, BC, and Alberta. In BC, storms have already hit the southern interior, Vancouver Island, and the north. The risk zone now stretches across the Okanagan, the Rockies, Whistler, and the central interior. Hazards include dry lightning and strong gusts, both of which exacerbate wildfire conditions. In Alberta, large hail and damaging winds are also possible. This activity is tied to a trough pulling unstable air northward into the Rockies, keeping storms active not only Sunday but through Monday and even Tuesday. At the same time, major wildfires such as Dusty Lake, Itcher Lake, and Mine Creek continue to burn intensely, producing thick smoke that reduces visibility and air quality, especially along the Coquihalla Highway. The smoke has even drifted into Alberta, worsening conditions there. The only silver lining, forecast models suggest scattered rain in the coming days, which may ease drought stress and slightly improve air quality. Even so, officials are urging residents to stay cautious on the roads and remain vigilant for new fire outbreaks. Conclusion: a turbulent September ahead. To summarize, North America and its surrounding oceans are entering a volatile phase. Invest 91L weakened, good news in the short term, but no guarantee of a calm season. Hurricane Kiko veered away from Hawaii, proving again how upper atmospheric conditions shape storm tracks. The Atlantic is about to reach its true peak, with mid-September to early October likely bringing multiple storm threats. The U.S. faces unusual temperature whiplash, from chilly early week weather to renewed heat. Canada contends with thunderstorms, hail, and wildfire smoke, a complex emergency on multiple fronts. We will continue monitoring developments closely and provide you with detailed updates in the days ahead. Thank you for staying with us here at the News Weather Forecast. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video so more people can access these important updates. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you again in our next report.